there guys, this is WSL Tulshan and welcome to my new tech and gaming channel. So what's Docker? So Docker is a platform where you can virtualize operating system, which is one of the biggest boon that Docker has provided the mankind. So how does it does that? Basically you have your hardware on which you may have installed Ubuntu or Windows. Over that you install Docker. Then what does Docker basically does is that it runs a Docker engine on which you have containers. So what are containers, right? So containers are just lightweight and flexible kind of say storage where you can run your operating system like Ubuntu or Alpine or maybe any Linux distribution or operating system that you may wish to. So this is one of the major boon that Docker has provided. Then other thing that comes is that you may deploy models. Oh, that's great, I suppose. So how are models deployed? So models are deployed using a Docker image called Tensorflow serving. So basic job of a Tensorflow serving image is that it helps you serve your models on a local server or remote server, given that your hardware is compatible for the deployment, right? Which is quite obvious to have. Then comes that what are the other things that TensorFlow serving has? So it has dependencies that are required for the hosting purposes. I just say that they are dependencies. So I'll just show you how does a TensorFlow image looks like, right? So let me just show you my screen now. So this is the TensorFlow serving image. So the red part over here in the container is the models folder. So this model folder is the part where your basic saved model gets hosted, and other part is your TensorFlow dependencies, right? So here, as I said, the description about it. Now I'll just show you my repository that I'm going to use over here. So before I start, I would like to tell you about my credit card fraud detection. So it is a classification problem that I had done on, and it has the data set was quite skewed, and I did some pre-processing and trained my model basically. So I don't think I need to go much into more detail about it. So there's just a disclaimer over here that all the commands are running perfectly on my Windows subsystem for Linux, which is available on Windows platform, and the commands may or may not run on other distributions. So you may drop your views, and if you have resolved the issues, so you may drop the comment in the comment box. So I may make a video on that in the future maybe. So first let's see the installation. So installation I have already done on my system, so I won't be doing that again, and you may do it by watching some of the tutorials available on YouTube. So I may also make one in the future maybe. So let's first save our TensorFlow model, alright. So let's just see how we are going to do that. So let me just quickly run the cells. Alright, so cells have been run, and that's the training graph, and I'll just save them. So here I have the two models file, and I have the Docker file, so I'm going to copy it to my D drive. So I'm going to create a folder over here called card3 and go inside it and save it. Now I'm going to create a models folder over here, and I'm going to move this model state model inside it. So now let's jump to the deployment. Alright, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to open WSL over here. Now the first thing that I would do is that I'm going to pull the Tensorflow serving. So since it is already there on my platform, so I may not need to download it again. Now I'm going to run the server. That's quick, right? Hadn't expected that. So there are certain things to note over here is that first of all, this path needs to be to your saved model directory where you have saved. You need not change models over here. So basically this is the model folders that I had talked about earlier in the video, and this is the saved model. This name can change depending on your name of the model that you have saved, and same goes here. So there are three things to change over here. First is the path itself, second is the name of the model, and last but not the least, the model name itself. Right, so let me jump over to the deployment so that I can check if everything was going fine according to the plan. Alright, it's running absolutely fine. So I am going to go ahead and close the server. Okay, so that has been closed. Now what I am going to do is that I am going to jump to the second section where I am going to deploy the models. So on the remote server, where I am going to use the Docker file right now, which I had copied over here. So basically I'm going to go in and open WSL over here and open the Docker file, and the things that you would like to change over here is first the saved model name, and over here as well, and over here as well. So that will do the job. Alright, so that's done. Alright, so the thing that you would like to do is that docker build /d, and this name has to be in small, do mind that, and here we go and build it. So it has been built. Now the thing that I would like to do is I'm going to run the container. So basically over here I'm going to do 8501 and port number, which is going to be again 8501, and the container itself, and it is up and running. So I'm going to show you again it is running or not. Okay, so that's great, I suppose. Now let's watch how we are going to deploy it on the remote server, right? So that's the most interesting part over here. So first of all, the thing is you need to go to Heroku CLI and download Windows, maybe whichever operating system you are using, Mac OS or Ubuntu 16 plus. Don't worry if your model didn't get deployed, it will get deployed through this method if it wasn't happening previously. So let's see. First of all, since I've already installed, I'm going to check if my Heroku has been downloaded successfully or not. So this shows you that it has been downloaded absolutely right. And next thing that I would like you to do is that you have to log in, and you have to work all of these things in the directory where you have your Docker file. Alright, so do mind that. Now what you need to do is that you need to create an app So app is a like a container on Heroku which keeps your saved model file, and that's done. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to push it to the app on the server. So it is like Heroku container push web /a and save model. Okay, so I'll just release it now. Now we'll just see that it has been released. Now everything is up and running on the cloud. Now I'll just show you if it is working or not. And I'll just make a small change. And that's it. You are getting the results again. So you have successfully deployed on the local server as well as on the remote server. So congrats to you. Now thank you for watching my tutorial, and I hope to see you guys again. If you have liked my video, kindly subscribe and like and share my video. Thank you.